Recently, one of Donald Trump's former staffers, who actually served as one of his communications directors, told CNN that if the former president, should run for office again and win, the country could quickly be headed towards an autocracy because Donald Trump would be absolutely dangerous if he gets back in the White House. And that, for the record, is one thing that I have been warning about a lot recently. And just once again to clarify, a couple months ago I said I wasn't worried about Trump running, didn't even think he would run. My opinion on that has 100% changed. I do think he would run, and honestly, if he ran, I do think he'd win. And that is a terrifying thought for the exact same reasons that Miss Alyssa Farah has listed here. Here's what she says. There were things that he wanted to do when he was in power the first time that was well beyond the scope of what the U.S. president should be able to do, but oftentimes it was simply the motivation of hoping to win re-election that kept him from doing things. Now, this continued from Business Insider. When pressed for an example of things the former president might do differently, Farah outlined her expectations. Quote, whether it's weaponizing the Justice Department against political opponents, whether it's going after the free press, he would certainly be open to using the military for political reasons as well. This is what is so terrifying about Donald Trump getting back into the White House, especially if he knows he doesn't have to worry about running for re-election again. We have already seen that Donald Trump is not your typical Republican president, right? We have seen Republican presidents in their second term, even Democrats, by the way, who don't want to go all out. They're always a little bit, harder in their second term. But they can't go too extreme because they understand the party has to continue on once they're out of office. Just because you're term limited and can't serve anymore doesn't mean that you want to make things so bad your party can't win in the future. Trump's not going to be limited by that because Trump doesn't care. We've seen that already this year. Trump repeatedly goes after leadership of the Republican Party. Hell, he's the one who threatens to fund primary challengers against them. He doesn't care. All that matters is him and what he wants to do. And if that list of things that he wants to do doesn't terrify you, then I don't know what will. Might use the military for his own political purposes? What the hell does that even mean? Does that mean if we see another round of protests like after George Floyd was murdered, that Trump's just going to send in not the National Guard, but possibly the Army, the Marines? What exactly would he do here? Attacks on the free press. Oh, I have no doubt that guy would absolutely try to do something horrendous there. And of course, using the DOJ to go after his political opponents. He already tried to do that. He already tried to have the DOJ overturn the 2020 election results. Just imagine how horrifying it'll be when he knows he is unencumbered. But my biggest fear, something she didn't mention, is that he won't leave. That's my biggest fear. He almost didn't want to leave this time. We saw that. Came very close. Tried to have the election overturned so he didn't have to leave. And even though he would be term limited this next time, I still don't trust it. Not after what we saw this past time. Not after seeing so many Republicans saying I would support Trump running for office or staying in office even after his term expired. The man is dangerous. And if he gets back in office, he's going to be more dangerous than ever. And all of us are going to suffer as a result of that.